Go, write it down. Go for it.
Oh shit.
I'll do the
Fucking.
intro. Can I do it all on me? Hold on.
I can't even remember it from the top of my head, to be honest.
It was the political topic, the political views, the
we
UFC,
could
TKO.
we could say the political shit for last.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna start this shit. Should I go wide? All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cocaine Turtles, episode 3. You fuck with the banner, oh, professional. And I think we need to do a freaking background and shit. And then I'm working on some background music. I'm trying to get my homie to send me a link where I could put some music in the back. And then eventually we might have to upgrade this shit to the thing we're using, StreamYard. We probably should. There's a paid membership shit that you pay, and then you get more stuff that you could do with it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So today's episode, we're going to talk about the same shit we talk about, cocaine and turtles, but UFC, WWE, TKO, some pro wrestling, and then if we have time, we'll get into the political stuff. That could be its own episode, and then we're going to end it with the some Six Flags talk, and the political talk. That'll be the end. All right. So for starters, let's just recap your weekend and shit, bro. Like, how was your weekend? What you do?
What did I even do this fucking weekend?
I'm
On
my
my
armpits.
birthday, I was just chilling. I wasn't doing much. I can't remember. So that's how you know I didn't even do shit. And Sunday, work.
Work, yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday I did a 9.5 hour shift.
God damn, where you working at?
Oh, I work at a restaurant at a barbecue smokehouse called Bigum Smokehouse. Yeah,
You the butcher or no?
I'm trying to get up there.
You're working your way up? That's what's up. I forgot what
Yeah.
I seen. Some places they're hiring butchers and shit, bro. Like I forgot where it was. Or I think like In and Out or some shit. Some places have like butchers should apply for that shit. But
Motherfucking, it's just not butcher exactly. It's just meat cutters. So like motherfucking, some of the meats, I guess you could say the briskets. So the
yeah.
a bit before we cook it, chop the chicken in half before we cook it, this and that and shit like that. And then when it already is cooked, then when it's time to serve it to customers and yada yada yada, that's what we'll go ahead and trim up the briskets at like a quarter pound or whatever they're requesting. Sometimes a whole pound
That's
over.
what's up. Like the taco stand when they fucking have the big ass pastor and you fucking cut that shit.
Some shit like that.
That shit would be cool. Man, we can start our own fucking. We start our own business, bro. I'm a cook. You're a butcher. Robert's a fucking chef.
Oh shit, dude! I'm actually thinking about going back to school because there's a college nearby right here. I can see it right over there. It's walking distance.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's what's up. I'm thinking about school too.
There's 3 classes that I'm thinking about. So mechanics,
mechanics.
I don't know I don't know the general name for it, but it's basically working on air conditioners, refrigerators. I guess basically an electrician.
HVAC. It's HVAC. Hinting, air conditioning, hinting, venting, and air conditioning.
Yeah, HVAC.
That's pretty cool, bro. Like especially in Texas because it's hot as fuck. Everybody needs their ACs. Even in Bakersfield, bro. Bakersfield, Las Vegas. All those are good areas to go if you have HVAC.
So those and culinary school.
Culinary, yeah. Hit up Robert to see if it's worth it because I think didn't he do it? Did he finish it?
He didn't finish it. He left after like 2 or 3 months.
Nah, motherfucker.
I forgot what the fuck his reason why it was, but yeah, he just didn't want to do it anymore.
He's in the restaurant now, but the HVAC, bro, I'll hit you up for that if you have that because if I want to do like vending machines, like ice vending machines, and you need a fucking HVAC guy just in case, or even any vending machines like the sodas. You know how to keep them cold and shit, the air conditioning. Just in case it breaks, you need somebody to be like, come and fix that shit. Come on the job. That'd be shit. That'd be fucking cool.
And it's good.
Those are all good options. And good. Good.
I mean, that's the goal. I gotta chase that bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I think right now my options are going back to school, or pretty much the same as when you turn 18. Is go to school, get a job, keep a part-time job, or go to the army or military. Those are that one. I'm leaning towards the army or military, just
Yeah.
because I'm sober now. I could pass a drug test, and then I don't have to worry about where I'm gonna stay because boom, they fucking take care of that. Or even Navy, they take care of your food, and you get
What branch of the military you thinking?
yeah, and you get paid for training, and you get good pay.
No,
I
I
don't
asked
know.
what's the branch of the military you want to
Oh,
join?
which
What?
branch?
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I go guard or the Marines? That should be hard as fuck. Or the Navy. I don't know. I'll probably ask around. I'll probably go to everyone and be like, all right, not sell me, but like tell me what's a good. Because last year I already went. I went to the army to try because I seen on Indeed they were hiring for a fucking truck driver. I was like, fuck it, let me go. I applied. They called me, and then they were like, oh, okay, so this works. Like you have to take a test, and then they'll put you where the test says you are, like electrician or fucking truck driving. So that's a good way too. If any,
Well, yeah, they want to test your IQ too.
go to the army, and then they'll figure it out for you pretty much, like what you're good at and what you can do. And then if I want to do like boxing and shit, which I do, they have shit like that too. They have weight training and stay fit, all that
Um,
shit.
and of course, they train fucking self defense, martial arts, all that other shit.
Self
Because
defense.
essentially, you need to go to war. You got to know how to fight.
Mm-hmm. That should be fun. I kind of wish I did it at 18 because I think that would have been the shit. But
What the
oh
hell?
well.
The military is only like my option if it's I'm in the same place like I was when I was at 19. So jobless, single, and depressed as fuck.
Yes, that's perfect. That's perfect.
So if I'm in that situation again, that rabbit hole again, then yeah, I'll join the military just because I feel
Damn.
like well, I gotta put some sort of meaning in my life. So yeah.
That's exactly where I was. Fucking 19. Jobless, single. Damn. Okay. And then so this weekend I worked Yoshona. I worked fucking Saturday, and then yesterday, Saturday they said you want to work 9 a.m. I was like, you know what, fuck it, and I went in, got that hours, and then this week I worked like 27 hours. I think that means I was opening 7 a.m. I think it's 7 a.m. tomorrow and Wednesday. So then get some money saved. That's some money, bro. And then see where it goes from there. I do really want to join a boxing gym. Take the boxing very seriously.
Hell yeah, dude. And then
Yeah,
see how you get with it.
and then the van. The van is the next step. I need you. You haven't got your license yet, huh?
No, I'm still like in the process of like trying to get comfortable at driving and this and that again.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Should we
I
talk
mean,
about how you bought a fucking car without a license and then you fucking wrecked it?
well, at least my parole's up. It expired
Oh my
like
god!
yeah, it expired. I think how long ago was June? 3 months ago, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like 3-4 months ago.
Okay,
Holy
so yeah,
shit!
it
You're
expired
on
in June.
parole? I didn't even know that.
Oh, I thought I told you that.
I don't remember. I remember they were trying to get Robert in trouble because it was under his name or some shit. Or
Yeah, but I'm here like, bro, this is all my fault. He had nothing to do.
it's like, oh fuck,
Yeah, I
that's
know how to take
crazy.
responsibility, but like, oh man, I just remember the day of the court. There's a lot of fools with DUIs in front of me, first than me, and like they're getting small ass fucking like punishments. My fine was like fucking how much? Just as much as barely as a little more than as much as I paid for my car, so it was like 2,600, and I was like,
God
God,
damn.
yeah, I was expecting like 800, but hell no, I was like, oh fuck, bro, that's fucked up.
Really, or you fucking put that shit on layaway or some shit?
Yeah, but I paid that shit off when I got the Buffalo Wild Wings job because
Oh,
yo,
okay, okay.
that job saved me so much. I was started finally getting the hours I deserved. I was starting putting more work in and shit because I was fucking miserable. Maybe they was fucking treating me like an immigrant.
Shit, I might apply for a fucking cook at Buffalo Wild Wings if I go
Oh
back to
yeah,
Bakersfield.
you stay fucking busy, bro. You stay busy.
Yeah, either cook and then bartender. I really want to try bartender too.
Dude, that's good. Bartending. I was advising my mom to get into that because she see my Buffalo Wild Wings was hiring for that. I said, "Yeah, do it. Like this looks like a job that you would actually have fun in and stuff."
Oh
And
yeah, there's even like even on the east side where I used to live, like there's like ghetto ones that you don't need. They'll hire you like that, and you just know how to pour it. Like woo, the
eh.
shit.
And also, a good
I
thing about bartending is that you can be your own boss on that. So if you I don't know, advertise yourselves on social media and be like, hey, yo, I do commissions for parties, shit like that.
that's
Advertise
my
yourself.
that's my next point. I'm gonna hit up Sylvia and then your mom, and then for mobile bartending. That's one of my things that I want to do. And then those micheladas,
Yeah,
do that, or even virgin ones, so virgin micheladas. Instead of beer, it's like a sparkling water or some shit, but it still gets that flavor. And some Mexicans they can't drink because they'll go fucking ape shit.
right.
So that's a good market too to offer. Be like, hey, we have virgin cocktails too, just where you could feel like you don't feel left out and shit.
But hell yeah, bartending. Hell yeah, I say jump into it, bro.
Yeah, and it's everywhere you go. If I with my van, I'm traveling, and any city I'm at, they're gonna need a fucking bartender. Like Las Vegas, that shit is always hiring bartenders.
Oh
Fucking
yeah,
Arizona, wherever, Bakersfield.
yeah. I mean, but alcohol goes around everywhere. Everyone loves alcohol.
Yes, yeah. I
It's the
I
most
think
convenient drug.
the plan would be to get into like a corporate like Buffalo Wild Wings or Chili's or Applebee's, like one of those easy places. And
Right.
then I would love to go like my dream would be like a movie theater bartender. That should be cool. Some of them offering. I want a movie theater and gyms. Those are the two ones I want to. My two perfect part-time jobs.
Oh,
All right, so all that shit's out of the way. Now let's get into our
a dope.
topics. Let's get into the TKO, UFC, and WWE merger. So I
So
think on the other notes I put like it's pretty genius for the 18 to 34 demo market.
yeah,
That's what WWE loves. They do everything because of that demographic. And then I put is AEW and Bellator in trouble because that's fucking. I think they might be low key. They might be fucking fucked. All right.
Bellator. I mean, I don't even think they're competitive with WWE. I mean, not WWE, UFC in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Always
Yeah,
gonna
that's true.
be UFC no matter what. Well, AEW it is competitive with WWE, but I don't know what's gonna go on moving forward. If anything, AEW should get WWE's dick out of their mouth and stop mentioning them over every promo just for a cheap.
What if New Japan Pro Wrestling and one championship merged,
That would
bro?
be an interesting merge right
That would be
there.
fucking crazy. That would be competition for
Yes. So
sure.
now I think one is not right there because of course it's not the US. Is I forgot where in Asia, but it's an Asian based company. But it's picking up. The popularity is picking up. They just had the first US show last May and stuff, and it was a good show. I enjoyed it. But yeah, ONE FC, that's the only other MMA company that I actually care for. ONE FC is the fucking shit.
Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse, he's a star there. So yeah, Dana White didn't want him to be a star in the UFC, so now he's a star in ONE FC. And yo, that sounds kind of similar to what you see happening in the pro wrestling business.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Brandon Moreno and Davison for saving the fucking division. They
Heck,
saved that shit.
they did. Okay, let's rehash a little bit the flyweight history of the UFC. So Mighty Mouse, he was a very dominant champion for so many years. Dana White didn't like him as a champion though, because
And he didn't have that much competition. That's a fair point. Like there wasn't. It was still a young. young division. Like they didn't have a lot of competition.
Yeah, like his best competition was like Cejudo, John Dodson,
Joseph
but he
Benavidez.
and
Joseph
Benavidez,
Benavidez.
Benavidez too. But again, he beat them all, and it took Cejudo's second
Mm-hmm.
try. Cejudo's second try. I don't know. That fight was fishy. But anyways,
Yeah. Well, he broke his foot. No, Mighty Mouse broke his foot. I think.
that part I don't remember. But
I think so.
oh, well. I remember just being shocked that Henry Cejudo actually won. But yeah, Cejudo won. Yada
Yeah.
yada yada.
I remember.
And then everyone's like thinking, okay, this is the beginning of the end. Now that Mighty Mouse is gone, and motherfucking TJ was fucking determined. He said, "I'm gonna kill the fucking flyweight division." Like
he was sent to kill the division.
Yeah, he was a dick about it. But then Cejudo beat him in the first round. So I was like, oh shit! Like I wasn't even expecting that. I thought TJ was gonna win. And of course, you already know his cheating ass got caught and he got
cheated.
But anyways, that's a different topic. Point is, Cejudo saved the division. He became triple cringe, triple C, all that other shit. All that whole wrestling talk he was doing. It was dumb, but I actually liked it. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
And so with Cejudo, he retired as champ, did he?
He moved up. And then he vacated the flyweight. And then Davison and Joseph Benavidez fought for it. And then the first time, I think Davison won, but it was controversial or some shit. It was a headbutt. So then they rematched later that summer. And then he destroyed him.
He was in front of his wife.
Yeah. She's so hot. But then then he fought, I think he fought like 4 times that year. Jesus Christ. He fought Alex Perez. He fucking destroyed him. And then Brandon Moreno was on the same card. I was watching that on the prelims. He beat Brandon Roval. And then they talked afterwards because they both didn't get hurt, and it was like the first round finish. So they're like, let's do it in next month. Davison versus Brandon Moreno. And then December, the UFC 256, that one was fucking awesome.
I know.
Fucking fight.
I remember seeing the commercial for it. I don't know. I just wasn't giving a shit about it. I just wanted to watch it for the Tony fight, but then Tony got beat up by Charles Oliveira, and I was like, well, shit. We'll talk about Charles in a bit, but I was like, well,
we'll recap his thing too.
So I was like, well, shit. Well, the flyweight fight is next. I'm not really interested, but I'll go ahead and watch it. So I was going ahead and watching it. I was like, holy shit. I was just mind blown. I was mind blown.
Dude. Fucking Joe Rogan in DC. Whoa! Oh my god!
And, the empty arena era, that was such an underrated era. Not a lot of people liked it, but I enjoyed it. I mean, yes, we need the fans back, but it was good. It was a good difference while we had it.
Yes, dude. And then I think the first one was the Brazil. It was Charles versus Kevin Lee. We'll talk about that one. That was a good one. But yeah,
and the pay-per-view was Tony versus Gaethje, that depressing ass fight.
Oh man, I think Brandon was on the Charles one too in Brazil. He fought a Brazilian. The guy, I think that was the only guy to beat Davison.
And you sure?
Like, Jesse Formiga or some shit.
And you sure it was Brazil? I thought because of COVID, there's a lot of traveling issues.
No, remember they were already in Brazil, and then that shit happened, and then they're like, okay, empty arena in Brazil.
Oh shit!
And then after that, everything closed down, and then they couldn't do shit. But then after that fight, I was like, oh, Brandon Moreno. He could be the first beaner champion. I called it. I was like, he has potential. And then I watched the Brandon Roval fight, and I was like, okay, give him the shot. And then he got it. And then it was a draw because fucking Davison kicked him in the dick.
He's a cheater.
He is a fucking cheater. And then the rematch with fucking Brandon versus Davison 2, which I called. I was like, 3rd round finish. I didn't know it was gonna be a rear naked choke, but I think I called like heel hook or some shit. I forgot what I called, but I thought it was gonna be submission.
I believe it was gonna be a TKO, like stop punches, something like that. You know, that's what I thought it was.
Should have bet on that. I'm gonna start fucking betting on these UFC fights now, bro.
Bro, like me and you were the only ones happy for Brandon winning. We thought Brandon was gonna win. Robert and Steele, they didn't give a shit, and we're the only ones cheering.
Yeah, And then, yeah, I didn't even give a fuck about the Izzy versus Vittori fight. I was like, I don't care.
That fight
I'm
was
already,
boring anyway.
huh?
That fight was boring anyway.
Yeah, that shit was boring. But I bought it. I think I bought it just for Brandon. I was like, fuck it. And then the Nate Diaz, that shit was funny.
Oh yeah, Diaz and Leon Edwards fought that card too.
Yeah, that was a good card. Yep. And then, damn, we didn't even talk about the fucking merger. So we still talk about, okay. All right, back to
the merger.
fucking
The merger itself.
the UFC. Should I just keep you can see the banners, right? The little.
Yeah, I can see it.
Should I keep a UFC WWE merger, or should I put TKO? I'll just keep it like that.
You keep it like that. Everybody's know it as WWE and UFC.
Yeah. So what does this mean for? I think when they first announced it, all of them were kind of like, "Oh, is WWE going to be more real, or is UFC going to be more scripted?" No, I kind of knew it's just they're merging it as one company, just for like the stock purposes, where it could be a stock traded company. And then the only reason Vince did it for his ass could be a billionaire again. That fucking asshole. Fucking hate that guy. And then and then I was seeing on fucking Instagram. I don't know if I sent it to you. There was like, oh, no more Vince McMahon, or they're all dick riding Vince McMahon all of a sudden. I was like, bro, I made a comment like, bro, like he only did this shit because he wanted to be a billionaire again, and he said it like, oh, it would take me 10 years to catch up to UFC, but then by the time 10 years ahead of me, so then he's like, I'm just gonna sell it.
Well, I'll just say that, yeah, I am grateful for the entertainment Vince McMahon they provided us. Again, the ruthless aggression era, that was our personal favorite era. But of course, he eventually became a shell of himself, and it has been, and everything just went downhill. I don't know what the fuck happened, but his mindset just became about money, money, money. Fuck what the people say. They're just gonna watch my shit anyway.
Yes, and it's always like, oh, you can't get on what. I guess he's right. I guess the business side of it, but he's like, bro, like, fuck you, dog. He kind of killed. I can't speak for our own generation, but he's the reason why the 18 to 35 demo left in the first place to UFC. Because even let's talk about Shane McMahon. He had more than one chance to buy UFC, and then he could have owned that, and then he could have made it controlled the 18 to 34 demo market. It would have been perfect.
So I forgot what the hell was Shane's idea for the fucking UFC, purchase that he wanted at first. Just all I know that he always liked it. He always had a thing for combat sports. And when he saw UFC was picking up some popularity, he thought, hey, Dad, check this out. This would be a great investment. And Vince is like, fuck you. And
yeah, no. So he on 3 different times. So once was before Dana White and the Fertitta brothers bought it in 2001 when they were up for sale. I think they bought it for like $2 million. Like, come on, Vince, you could have spent $2 million on that shit. Come on, and give it to Shane McMahon. Just let him run it. I think Shane McMahon would have been like the Dana White, or he would have still hired Dana White or someone like that to run it.
Wait, hold that thought though. Remember, 2001. That's the same year he bought WCW and ECW. They didn't buy it. Why it was in the way?
Yeah, kind of. I think he was too busy doing his He was focused on the sports entertainment. Sports entertainment.
We'll talk about that too later on. Oh man!
And then Taz, like, you turned Taz into an entertainer. He's a wrestler. Oh, okay, but yeah, So you're right. He might have been too focused on that. But then I think UFC did what Dana White did. They bought Strikeforce. They bought Pride. I think they did the same shit, just in a different industry. So that makes sense.
So I don't know if you know this, but around the mid 2000s, like 2005-ish, motherfucking UFC and WWE was having a little bit of a ratings war. Kind of, not really, but here's how. So, because they were both on Spike TV at the time, Monday Night Raw, and I forgot what UFC was broadcasting on Spike TV at the time, but yeah, basically they both had shows on Spike TV going on around 2005 and shit. And I saw this video where Dana White mentioned that Vince McMahon called him and stuff like that, and it was kind of a misunderstanding. Vince McMahon thought, like, they were going to war or some shit like that. But the whole point is like, no, we make completely different shows, you know? Then it was like we make completely different shows. Like I'm just doing my thing, you're doing your own thing and stuff like that. But
they're similar in the sense that they're both production companies, but one's producing MMA fights and the other's producing wrestling, pro wrestling entertainment. All right,
entertainment.
continue.
But point is that these motherfuckers, even motherfucking fans, especially the MMA fans, they're still not getting in their head that they're just two completely different things. Like when you want to watch this fake fighting bullshit, it's entertainment. That's what it is. It's just like watching an action movie. That's the only thing.
Stunts. It's like John Wick, like those. It's like John Wick, bro. Literally, like live stunt show. And we need to show them fucking ECW, and then they'll understand. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like obviously you're not gonna do all this goofy shit in a fucking real fight, but that's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to entertain fans.
Wait, what?
Oh, I said that ain't the purpose of it ain't to go broadcast a real sport. The purpose of it is to entertain fans.
Yes, yeah. It's a live show. Like it's just give it to Paul Heyman, bro. Paul Heyman knows what he's doing.
Okay, so they want to now transition to the sports entertainment versus pro wrestling conversation.
Yes, yes. Oh, to WWE, The Rock came back to Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah, he's like 5 months late, 6 months late, some shit like that.
You know why though? It's because he can't fucking, and John Cena too is because there's the actor strike, so they can't make movies. So they're like, fuck it, let's go to WWE.
Oh shit!
It's not a part of the union. Writers are not a union, so I kind of want to be a pro wrestling writer. That'd be sick. And then actors, they're not technically actors, even though they are actors, bro. Like,
wow, I didn't know. I didn't know that. I mean, you told me about the actor strike thingy, but shit! So that's why Cena and Rock are free right now. Okay.
Yep. And then Pat McAfee. Who gives a fuck about that guy? Okay, so let me put another banner. The pro wrestling versus sports entertainment. Talk about that promo.
Yeah, let's start with the promo first.
I watched it again. That shit was so good.
Yes, Paul Heyman, he's a god on the mic. He got it. Like he knows how to talk shit. He knows how to shoot a good ass promo. I mean, again, that's why he was Brock Lesnar's hype man. You know.
Yep. Did you hear the story like of how he got that job? He was just like, I think they were friends or some shit. But then they try to put a mic on Brock, and then they're like, he's not good. So then they're like, oh, just have Paul Heyman do it. And then in 2012, when Brock came back without Paul, and then they tried to have him on the mic again. Remember the Sucker Slam? I'll see you at Sucker Slam. And then they tried to have John Laurinaitis be his talk, like, my name is John Laurinaitis. And then that was awful. So then they were like, just bring back Paul. Oh no, I think Brock said, like, just bring him back, bro. Like, fuck it. And then boom.
Paul Heyman. And before that, Paul Heyman left because they fucked his show up, his ECW up, actually, his entire ECW. You know, the reboot of ECW was a big fail, and he hated that in that Elimination Chamber match, Bobby Lashley won instead of CM Punk. So
yeah, he wanted CM Punk to win, but then they wanted Bobby Lashley. And then we could talk about, remember, we already talked about this, but we'll talk about this for the pod. The Shane McMahon's idea was, all right, let's bring it back. Before that shit, he was like, let's bring it back, but let's put it on WWE.com. They won't have to, because there's no regulations. Like, what is it called? The TVMA or some shit?
No shit. Point is that you can let all that edgy shit lay out.
He pretty much predicted Netflix and Amazon, because now they could do like Netflix. I don't know if you watch the Netflix shows, but they could do like you ever watch 13 Reasons Why? No, right?
I remember. I'm not gonna watch.
Yeah, that was a good season. But they could get away with a bunch of shit that they can't get away on TV, because it's different. Like, streaming is different than regular TV. So then Shane was like, okay, let's do that. For they could keep the edginess, keep the violence and shit. But then
casually showing dicks and shit.
yeah. But then after Euphoria. But then after the One Night Stand, the second one, I think Sci-Fi was like, we want the TV rights deal. We want that. because that was the main reason why the ECW failed. Paul Heyman said because they couldn't get TV rights deal. They couldn't get a TV deal, and then the one they did got, they didn't like them, or they just. And then Paul Heyman made a promo on the TV channel that was airing his show. He was like, "I hate this stinking network. I hate their guts. They don't like us."
You talk about TNT, right?
Something like that. I think
early 2000s, right?
Yeah, they were playing the rollerblade. I don't know if you know, like they just wanted to promote their rollerblade show. So then he was like, fuck this channel, fuck this network.
Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah.
Then Vince was like, okay, there's money in this. So then he made it. He had the sci-fi deal, so he was like, let's make this WWEified, and then it just turned into a shit show.
So, okay. Now back to the main topic, pro wrestling versus sports entertainment. What you really think it should be called? Let's go. Let's start with that question.
I think it's pro wrestling, bro. It's but then it started because, well, it's not real like the South Park episode. Remember, that's not wrestling. That's not wrestling. That's pro wrestling.
Wrestling.
He's like, this shit's kind of gay. He's like, oh, what the hell, man? Fucking Cartman.
Out of here.
Mister, I don't appreciate that. It was so good. But yeah.
So, well, also, when I took my break from watching WWE, or I guess wrestling in general, from
2018, 2021, or yours even longer, huh?
Yeah, I remember you got me back into WWE in 2018 for the Royal Rumble, but then I took a break again after. Let's say it's 2019. 2019, that's when I just stopped watching it.
You know how I know it changed? We didn't even watch WrestleMania that year, and then Undertaker wasn't even on that card either. So I was like, bro, that's when Undertaker retired, and that's when WWE died. That's when it was like, okay, it's done. It's different now.
So.
Watch the Undertaker documentary. There's really good shit. There's one remember when he fought Roman at WrestleMania?
That's why I had to take that one break. Oh yeah, man!
But he was filming then, and then they were checking into the hotel, and then Roman came, and he was like, "Oh, what's up, man?" And then Undertaker was like, "You can't keep kayfabe for like 5 fucking minutes, bro." Like he was like, "Come on, man, we're supposed to fight." But then that's when I was like, "Oh man,"
like that. He's just old school.
Yeah, and then Roman's the new face, and Roman kind of killed kayfabe too, so that's where I'm like, oh. But yeah.
So, motherfucking the sports entertainment pro wrestling thingy and shit. So when I was taking that break, motherfucking I was just making what motherfucking I was just sticking with UFC, you know, just sticking with my good old UFC. That's all I got. That was all my sports entertainment, you know. Even
that's
though
the year I started looking into. It was at the Robert Whittaker versus Yoel Romero 2. That was the first one I watched, and I was like, okay, I'm a fan. And then and then Darren got me into it a little bit too because he liked it, and I was like, okay. And then the funny thing was CM Punk was on that card, and that's when I watched it, and then he was awful.
Then 2008. Huh?
Yeah, 2018. That was the same UFC 225. Kobe was on that card too when he won the interim. And I was like, oh, I like this. When he was like, oh, I'm going to put this title on Donald Trump's desk. That's how I was like, he did. But I was like, oh, this is pro wrestling, but it's just real. It's just real fighting. I was like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. That's why I loved it.
Yeah. And, of course, I remember you were the big-ass Conor fan at the time because, of course, Conor, he presented himself like a Ric Flair type of character.
Yeah, I liked it. But then after that year, I was like, you know what? I'm cool.
Well, yeah, he wasn't the same guy no more. Khabib took his.
And that's when I really started getting into the Diaz brothers. I did my research on Nick Diaz because because I was like, oh, Nate Diaz is shit. Nate Diaz is cool. And then my homie was like, oh, but you know his older brother Nick, and I was like, no. And then I did my research. And I was like, holy shit, this guy was even better than Nate Diaz.
He was a badass. He was a bad motherfucker.
Like, oh, okay. Fuck yeah. And then I was a Diaz brother guy.
I mean, shit, you look like Nate.
Oh yeah, when I cut my hair in April, I took a picture and I sent it to Robert. I was like, Nate Diaz The yeah, I do. I do like Nate Diaz, and I fight like them. I'm gonna fight like them too.
Yeah, you're a
Oh,
southpaw.
Southpaw.
And you want to do boxing. I mean, no, he's more of a jiu-jitsu guy, but he's just
I'll do
boxing.
both.
Yeah.
I'll do both. I'll do jiu-jitsu and I'll do boxing.
But okay, so motherfucking back to the shit. Okay, I'm getting carried away with the conversation again. So
Don't hit yourself, bro. Don't. No self harm. We can't promote that on our channel.
So PC. No, it helps me remember shit. When I forget shit, I stop my own head. But anyways, motherfucking so back to pro wrestling versus sports entertainment. When I was taking that break, again, the second break in 2019, and it pretty much lasted for a long ass time too. But anyways, in 2019, I just eventually started. One day I also got tired of the what wrestling's doing, the current trend of everybody got to do flips and kicks and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I love that ring style, but you see, everybody's doing it now. Is no longer special. Guys like RVD was so ahead of their time. You know, he was doing it when it was special. Now it's butchered. Everybody does it. It's a trend, and that's why I hate most trends when it comes to anything, because it becomes overdone and it becomes boring. Now you got to flip. Everybody got to kick. It's so lame now. And I'm like, man, y'all ain't even real martial artists. Y'all will be just like CM Punk. Like, he got fucking demolished, you know? Niggas like Shinsuke Nakamura, I ain't gonna show him because he was legit. You know, he's legit.
He was dope.
But most of these other average blokes like Daniel Bryan and shit, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I just see this whole indie shit. It is ruining wrestling, and of course WWE is picking up on it because all the internet fans like, we want more of this, we want more of that. They're just gonna cry about it, yada yada yada. And I'm here like, what is it? What you indie fans be like? This is a sport. Like, you guys are fucking nerds, bruh. Like, reality is, it is not a sport. It is entertainment. That's why the WWE style was its own style. It's for the casuals. It's just for the way it is, you know? It's supposed to be entertainment. It's not supposed to be realistic. Look back in the Attitude Era. You don't see niggas doing this in real fights. That's what made it great, man. But, yeah. Point is that it's entertainment. What, you cannot hear me? Shit, I can't hear you. No. Unmute yourself somehow, bro.
Hello?
There you go.
Oh, it's my headphones.
Okay, well, I can hear you.
Okay. My headphones just fucking committed suicide or some shit.
Okay. But, yeah, though. Again, point is that it's entertainment. It's not supposed to be taken as a real fight. Sure, you got technical wrestlers and they're here and there to put a little bit of realism into it. But I don't know. You don't see joint locks or fucking hammer locks in real wrestling. Real wrestling, you will see guys whatever Kurt Angle's doing or Brock Lesnar's doing. Yeah, those are the closest to the real wrestlers that you'll get. But niggas like Bret Hart, Daniel Bryan doing all those arm bars and whatever the hell. I mean, some of it is kind of like make-believe jiu-jitsu, but not really. Some of these moves, they say work in jiu-jitsu.
Like Matt, I like what Matt Riddle does a little bit. I like his style. But then you have the Ronda Rousey and Shane Baszler when they're like doing fake MMA in real life and put in pro. It's like, bro, just do MMA.
That match was boring. Like, if you want to do MMA, then just do it. Do it for real. But the fake shit, the fake version of MMA, it wasn't working, bro.
Yeah. Do like, remember with Kurt Angle for Samoa Joe and TNA? How they did something like that?
Oh, shit. I forgot. That was actually fake MMA done right.
Yes. Because that makes sense because Kurt Angle has the real wrestling and then Samoa Joe has the good pro wrestling style of his fucking chokeholds and shit. So that makes sense.
He actually has real training.
No way.
Does kickboxing and jiu-jitsu.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can see that.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe. I don't know how they. That was a good match to Brock Lesnar for Samoa Joe. I kind of liked it, but then it was quick. They fucked that up, but that was pretty cool.
But yeah, you get it though. Like, you can, in every special occasion, I guess you can have these very technical matches, but it got to be done right too. Not everybody does it right. Whoever also did it right, Benoit and Angle. These guys,
Angle, Eddie Guerrero. Dean
Oh,
Malenko.
Dean Malenko, they did it right too. They did it right too. Just again, not every match should be like this. Again,
Imagine Shawn Michaels versus fucking Eddie Guerrero. Oh my goodness.
but never did. It
Never
should have.
did. That would have been fucking insane.
Yeah,
That would have been amazing.
it was gonna happen, but unfortunately, rest in peace, he passed away, and the plans got scrapped, and then Sean got put against Vince McMahon for some reason. But yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. All right. We're spending a lot of time on this, and we're fucking going on tangents. So then let's transition. You want to keep the pro wrestling? Pro wrestling.
Well, all I said pretty much I gotta say is that UFC got me to realize that like pro wrestling, it's just its own thing. Like,
Yeah.
when you have Rey Mysterio beating guys like Batista, obviously that ain't realistically possible, but that's the point of entertainment right there.
Yes. But then NXT saved in 2018. NXT was saving the pro wrestling. It was like keeping it alive. The Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano shit was dope. Like all those matches were pretty sick.
18, I actually enjoyed it. It's just that was the last time I enjoyed that indie style, I guess you could say. But what Triple H was doing there, he was keeping it balanced with old school and new school. He was very smart in how he was booking it. He was keeping it.
Velveteen Dream was so fucking pro wrestling.
Yeah, he was classic. He was very classic. His moves was very basic, but that's what I loved about him. He was very good.
And he was tough enough.
Yes, he was so smooth. But then, unfortunately, so when I got WWE 2K22 a year ago, I haven't got a WWE game in years. So I'm looking at the roster and what the fuck happened to Velveteen Dream? I did research. Well, nigga was a pedophile. So yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, he got Me Too'd or some shit, or he got canceled.
Yeah. So well, damn, that's sad. That was what a waste.
He was still good though. I mean, remember he got fucking kicked off with Tough Enough for being too good. That shit was bullshit.
I know that was dumb, but yeah, he was a talented motherfucker. But goddamn, turns out he's a sicko.
But that's always happened. Like, you know, Chris D'Elia, the comedian, he was a pedo too. Yeah, it's like, bro, just don't mess with people. The PSA, don't mess with people under 17. Don't risk it. I don't care about consent and fucking the Romeo and Juliet law in Texas where Romeo and Juliet did it, so we can do it. No, bro, fuck it.
Nah,
keep it in their pants. Don't do it. I was having this conversation with somebody I work with. They were like, "Oh, would you keep somebody? Would you date somebody younger or some shit?" And she was like, "Oh, I was 17 and he was like 37 or some shit." I was like, "No, I would not risk it. I'll wait till they're 18."
You know what? A different subject, but it's an interesting conversation. So let's just bring this up just for a little bit. So, anyways, can you date a girl younger than you? And if so, how much younger than you?
No. 18 is the minimum. I had, when I was working at McDonald's, there was the manager's niece or some shit. She was like 17. She was cute, but I was like, I'll wait till you're 18, dog. And then eventually she dated the same age as her. Then I was like, oh, that's fate, bro. Like, all right, wasn't meant to be. Well, I'm not even trying to risk it if they're 17 because you never know.
For me, I can't do it. My age gap limit, I guess you could say, is if they're 2 years younger than me. But I remember I was talking to this girl that was 2 years younger than me. I was 17, she was 15. It wasn't working out. It just really wasn't. I just couldn't bond with her. I had a girlfriend that was a year younger than me, and things were fine. But you see, my preference is I just can't do it when they're younger than me. Even if they're 18 years old, I'm 23 now. That's 5 years now. I can't do it. 5 years is 5 years.
Yeah, same age or older, bro. At
this
point, it's same age or older.
I don't care what the law says. My law says it's still legal.
Yeah.
But, so I'd rather just stick with girls my age or older, to be honest.
Yeah, I like me some MILF.
Yeah. Oh, for some reason, when it comes to older, I don't really give a shit. I just don't. They could be 10 years older than me. I don't care. It don't bother me for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah.
Okay, we got off on a tangent. We got 2 viewers. Shout out to the 2 viewers right now tuning in. Maybe it's because we're talking about pedophiles and shit that they started fucking coming in.
Whoa, wait a second. What is this?
Yeah, what are you guys talking about? Pro wrestling versus sports entertainment? I mean, it fits. Fucking Victor McMahon got fucking Me Too, fucking idiot, covering up all those divas. I wonder who he had sex with. I wonder.
One of my guesses is Christy Hemme in the mid 2000s.
The Ruthless Aggression era. God damn it.
One of those Diva Search winners. Of course, he's gonna fuck those Diva Search contestants.
He was totally fucking Harvey Weinstein, but just pro wrestling.
Well, I mean, when we heard all this shit a year ago, I think the real fans of WWE wasn't surprised.
They're like, yeah.
We always suspected he fucked around with the divas.
I think Paul Heyman was like, you flaunt your affairs on Love Telling and like in front of your wife.
Well, yeah. Who knows what was the real meaning behind that storyline with him and Trish? Who knows what was the real meaning?
Oh shit. All right. So let's transition. What you want to talk about? We got Sean UFC.
Yeah, let's go back to UFC now. Okay, so Sean Strickland. Shout out to Sean Strickland. He pulled out the big dub. No one was expecting that. I sure as hell wasn't expecting it. I thought Israel was going to win by a boring decision like usual.
I thought it was going to be like Anderson Silva versus Forrest Whitaker. I thought it was going to be like that.
You mean Forrest Griffin?
Forrest Griffin. Yeah, my bad. Who the fuck is Whitaker?
Man, that was one-sided. Yeah, again.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Forrest was sloppy, and Anderson kept catching him. He kept catching him. He made it look like the Matrix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
so, yeah.
Fucking Sean Strickland is like, nobody that beats off to cartoons is going to beat me.
Like, oh, dang, he kept his word. Oh, shit.
Yeah, shows his shit.
When I read Decision, I was like, oh, okay, so who knows how the fight really went? But I saw the highlights, and no, it was a one-sided decision.
And it's crazy that Sean Strickland trained. Oh, we lost our viewers, motherfucker. We should have kept talking about Me Too and shit. You froze? Oh, I think we lost you. God damn it. Hello. Ah, shit, I think we lost our guy. Yep, it's just me right now. Let me try to bring it back. One second. All right, we lost. Fools don't cry. I'm gonna solo this shit. So yeah, it was a one-sided. Freaking Izzy was training with Alex Pereira. He was okay. You're back.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck was that about.
You froze, dude, and then I refreshed it, and then it kicked them out. Because then I was like, we lost we lost our view, and we should have just kept talking about the fucking age limits and shit. I don't know what.
I guess they liked it. Freaky bastard.
Yeah, I know. Now we know. We know what the fuck they like. Okay, so yeah. So Sean Strickland was. You know about that? He was like, you know what? Let me go to the guy who knocked me out, and then who knocked out.
Yeah, he trained with Ferreira, yeah.
And he was like, and then Alex was teaching him like, okay, yeah, you do this a little bit, like roll off your punches and shit, and then it worked.
And that was smart too, because he's like, I need to beat this guy, so I need to contact the guy that beat him.
And who beat me, who knocked me out.
So yeah, he fucking figured out the Adesanya puzzle. Now he's the third guy to beat Adesanya in UFC.
That's crazy. Oh, Jan. Yeah, I forgot. Well, yeah, he's beatable.
He just sat on him, and like again with that decision loss, it didn't fuck up Adesanya's credibility that much because well he moved up a division, and motherfucking Jan is bigger than him, so he sat on him, you know, and also it wasn't even that much of a one-sided beatdown. He just sat on him for the most part. The Alex Pereira, he in the first one in UFC. Izzy was actually winning the fight, and then Alex he just caught him in the 5th round, you know. But Israel was actually winning, and then he beat him in the rematch. Now the Sean Strickland fight. Now we haven't seen Israel like this. It was a complete one-sided beatdown for 5 fucking rounds.
Yeah, and he dropped him in the first.
And he dropped him in the first, yeah. So like shit. It made me wish I watched it live because I was like, they ain't got no way. I was not expecting that shit to happen.
Yeah, I was working, but I caught the second round. I didn't even, and then at first I thought it looked like me, like to me, like yeah, watching it was like, oh shit, no, he's actually he's landing, he's fucking him up.
Yeah, and he got the dub. Good for him. Good for Sean Strickland.
He's the fucking champion.
For America, goddamn it.
America, damn it, he did it, fucking Chinaman. I can't believe he did it. And then his merch is crazy, like cancel me or some shit, like cancel me. That guy.
Hell yeah.
Let's talk about. We can talk about his political views a little bit. Then, like, he's the guy that's like, he's like true American. Like, he's like, oh, real man do this, real man do that.
Yeah, he's definitely a rightist.
He's a rightist, but some stuff he I agree with, but then other stuff is like, okay, too far, man. Just chill out.
Chill out a little bit. He does say some out of pocket shit here and there, but that's what makes him who he is.
Yeah, he's like on the podcast I was watching. He was like, I just say what I say. Like maybe I'm autistic and I have no filter, and I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm like that too sometimes when I just don't know when to shut the fuck up and just I like to say what I want to say, but then I learned like, okay, maturity. You're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I shouldn't say the first thing that comes to my head.
Yeah, it's like you got to keep it balanced. You can respect someone that speaks their mind, but then again, after some sort of situations, you're like, okay, maybe I should shut the fuck up.
Yeah, sometimes it comes off obnoxious. Like that's when I realized I was like, my homie was like, yeah, you're just obnoxious. And I was like, oh shit, I am. Because you're trying to be funny, but then sometimes you just come off as obnoxious, and you got to know like, okay, maybe I should shut up sometimes, like you said.
I remember when I was 16, I was so damn blunt with lots of my views and shit like that. I would just say anything on my mind. But then I got into so many unnecessary arguments that led to nowhere. It got me thinking, okay, you know what? Maybe I should shut the fuck up more. Because you can't win an argument against dumbasses, you know? Ass niggas. So I'm just here like, I'm just wasting my breath here, but some of the times, not like that. Nobody gives a shit. So why should I?
Mm-hmm. All right. I think that's good we could save the political shit for another topic. The bonus episode maybe later today.
Yeah, I think it's a bonus episode. Why not?
So then let's real quick. How are you on time? You still good, or you need to wrap this shit up?
I'm still good.
Okay, so let's go real quick. Talk about Islam versus Charles 2, the rematch. Dude, we didn't talk about did you see the Charles versus Benio Deliush?
Yeah, I bought that shit. And that was the only fight I wanted to see. I didn't care about anything else. I wanted to see that fight, and I got so damn happy when Charles knocked his ass out. Yeah, like I was the only one.
Yes, I was watching it too. My homie Charles, you spoke to him. Yeah, but he got into UFC and shit and all that shit now, and then we're watching that shit, and he's a Dustin Poirier fan, and then I'm a Kobe fan, so I talk shit. I'm like, oh, Dustin Poirier's a weight bully. He's a bully. He's an asshole. And he got knocked out by Justin Gaethje, so that was good. That was funny. Did you freeze again, bro? God damn it. This guy, bro. Let's do the solo bolo. Yep, he's frozen. You frozen, my guy. Okay, let's wait till he gets back. I just kicked him out. So Islam versus Charles too. Big Charles fan. I think I'm going for Charles Oliveira. I'm gonna dye my fucking hair blonde or platinum. More platinum.
Bro,
Just kicked you out, bro.
I think it was my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I think it just kicked you out. I kept it going though. All right, so Charles, I'm gonna go blonde for the October in
I can
support.
see it in blonde, but I gotta see it.
Or his is more platinum kind
Yeah,
of
it's very,
lighter.
very deep.
It's whitish kind of, so I could pull that off. I feel like.
Yo, shit, good luck, man. You gotta fuck your shit.
I know, and then I was getting some expert opinions. I was like, either you dye it black to go back, or you just fucking buzz it off, and then wait until. I think that's what Charles did, or I think he dyed it black. I'm not sure.
Well, notice when he's off season, he has his natural hair color again, but for some
Yeah.
reason, when he's fighting, he's gold.
He's you know what Dragon Ball Z, huh?
No, he's Goku. He's Goku.
He's fucking Super Saiyan mode. That's what. And then there's a funny ass meme. Was like when he went normal back, it was like, oh, I haven't seen him in his base form in so long, in like 4 years, and like his natural Goku state, like black hair. I'm like, okay.
You know who also went Super Saiyan? Cody Rhodes too.
Oh yeah, he did.
Cody is a different breed.
He went. Cody Rhodes is more like Johnny Cage. He went to Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
I think people were like fan casting him as Johnny Cage for Mortal Kombat 2, the movie. Have you seen the first one?
We talking about the movie, right?
The recent one.
Oh no, I still haven't even seen the recent one. I just saw the '90s one still.
It was okay, but I think you should wait until the sequel and then watch both of them. I think it'll be cool.
All right.
We could do a commentary track for that shit. We just record ourselves watching it, and then we make joke. I was listening to the Jordan Peele Get Out.
Yeah.
How the director's commentary? How they do that for like the Blu-ray features. I want to do something like that, but like more comedic. For our favorite movies and shit, like The Thing. I remember listening to John Carpenter and Kurt Russell talk about it and shit. That was a really good one. But those are really good. We could do something like that, but like talk about it and make jokes and shit.
Yeah, of course.
That'd be fucking funny. Okay, so who you got for Islam versus Charles?
Smoking podcast idea.
Smoking. Oh yeah, that's why I want to smoke along, like a smoke along.
Yeah.
Watch along, but a smoke along. Have you seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
No.
It's a Johnny Depp movie. That shit's crazy, bro. He plays a drug addict, and it's fucking funny. Like he's on drugs the whole time. It's pretty good, but yeah, I have an idea where we could do something like that, like smoke along. And I was working on a show called you remember Days of Confused? You just got to keep living, man. LIVIN.
Yeah.
The LIVIN show. Where we just smoke and then watch along. Or if I'm still on my break, a little break, I'll probably just have other people smoke for me, and then just still talk and shit.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, bro. I mean, shit. Me, I just needed my break from weed because I just wanted my tolerance to be high again. And also, I just want to enjoy it like the way I used to. Smoking it every day ruined it for me.
Yeah, it's same. I think I might just do it like maybe like one or 2 months out of the whole year. Then like April for 420, and then maybe like August or of October. Maybe just one, not smoking every day, but like like socially, kind of like, oh, I'm gonna smoke, like, oh, let's smoke.
My parties, the way I treat drinking, basically, I only drink at parties, and not even at every party, just whatever party I feel like is worth drinking in.
Yes, yes, that's what I do too. I haven't drank in like 2 months, 2 months either, or even before movies and shit. That's just fun too. Like drink a little something and then watch a movie. It makes it better. It makes it like, oh, it's just more fun. Like, oh,
So yeah, one day we definitely should have a fucking a smoke podcast. I don't know if you want to have a drinking one, but yeah,
yeah. Oh, or we could do like drink. There's a YouTube channel like they get drunk and watch something. We could do something like that, like have a drinking game. Like every time Slater says, that's just how. What did he say? Or some shit. We go out Days of Confused and drink and shit. Or I'll drink and then you smoke.
whatever.
Or we could just both take shrooms.
Shrooms or a fucking edible. Edibles. We never do edibles often, so I guess we're always gonna feel new whenever we have an edible.
I'll do edibles. I think edibles because it's more special occasion. It's more like
Exactly.
one time, and it's a different high.
Last time I did edible, I think it was a year ago. Yeah, 420 last year. Work the next day.
I'm trying to make my own ones, bro.
You say you're trying to make your own edibles?
Yeah, because you got to make your own because there's no more 1,500 milligrams, 2,000 milligrams. It's
what the fuck happened?
They took it out. They're like, no more. It's too strong. So now all the legal ones are like 100 milligrams. Or you remember the Joey Diaz, the Stars of Death?
No, I ain't heard this shit. What the fuck? I'm thinking in California, what? They don't have that shit? Well, I'm tripping up.
They don't have strong ass ones no more. You have. It's rare now. Like you got to make your own, pretty much.
Well, shit. I just need something that's like strong enough just to get the job done. Really.
1,500, 250 milligrams.
Fuck, man. Well, I definitely don't want to eat a whole 1,800 one. I'm just remembering the brownie chip I had. Oh.
Okay. We're transitioning from. Let's talk about.
You see from Tales to the Trip or something?
To drugs. I'm just going to put drugs.
Okay. Tales from the Trip.
Tales from the Trip. Oh, no, that's a good one. I'm going to put that. Okay.
Tales from the Trip.
Yeah, I remember my edible trips in high school. I was like the salesman. I didn't sell them, but I was a promoter. So everybody would come to me and be like, hey, you got edibles or you know where to get edibles? And I'll be like, oh yeah, my homie Charles, he was selling them. I was like, oh, right here. And I'll direct them out like traffic. I'll be like, oh, over here. And then I would sometimes make the deals for them because like they know me, but they don't know the guy. So then I would be like, okay, give me it. I'll give them to them, and then I'll give him the money. And then boom, there you go. I'm like the middleman.
Mm-hmm.
All I get was my reputation, my street cred. All I got was street cred. Good street cred. Oh yeah, that's Ernie.
Not the guy, but I know the guy.
I know the guy. Exactly. That shit was fun. Oh yeah.
It's all about you gotta know a guy who know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows.
I knew this guy's brother who knew this guy's cousin. We could watch fucking SpongeBob highs on shrooms and shit on edibles. That would be fucking funny.
I never want. That sounds like a good ass idea.
That shit is trippy.
That shit is trippy when you think deeper about it. You be like, damn, these niggas are talking because of the nuclear testing they did. The nuclear bomb testing, yeah. They call the real name. I think it's called the Bikini Atoll. So they eventually call it the Bikini Bottom. And it's fun.
Oh my god, we gotta talk about that. Some theories and shit.
You didn't know this?
No, I did not know this.
Yes. So I forgot which country. I'm pretty sure it was the U.S. They were testing the nuclear bomb. They tested out in the Bikini Atoll. Also, by the way, do you remember when sometimes in an episode of SpongeBob they have flashbacks? You see a nuclear explosion.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh shit!
These are talking sea creatures due to nuclear radiation.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh yeah,
so
that's definitely an idea.
Nuclear radiation make us a talking sponge and all this shit.
Talking starfish. Oh
and finding the
damn,
wonder.
that's awesome. The bikini bottom. What is it called? The bikini atoll.
Yeah, yeah,
Send me a link after this, bro. I'll check it out. But
yeah, yeah.
okay, so let's talk about a trip story. So I'll talk about my first time on shrooms. I took you were there, and then I didn't take enough to do the ego death, which I want to try, but I felt great. I felt amazing. I felt happy. I was like, whoa.
Hell yeah.
We went to Six Flags, and then the first ride we were getting on was Tatsu, and then I just remember, I think you were right in front of me or behind me. I don't remember, but
I was next to you.
you were next to me, and I just seen, like, you know how like the TV goes out, like I was just seeing like everything was turning white and shit, and I was like, oh man, I gotta get out this line, man. I gotta go. I was like, Robert, I gotta go, and then I just remember walking out the line, and then I almost passed out. I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, we figured you're dehydrated as fuck. It was getting kind of hot, and you didn't drink no water. So yeah,
Yeah. And then
and
Robert
that's
was saying that no, you can't do processed foods or some shit. Like, don't eat
don't
processed
over
sugars.
don't eat processed foods. You're gonna puke it out. You're gonna feel like shit. It's better to.
Real food.
Yes, I see why it's a hippie drug. These hippies, they know what they're talking about in a way. These hippies are vegans and shit.
Oh no shit! No wonder, huh?
And I
Okay.
read trip stories for like YouTube comments. I want to hear. I mean, I want to read other people's trip stories too, see what they've been through. Some people say that they turned vegetarian or vegan from their shroom trips. They learned to love animals and a bit more and stuff. I'm thinking that's pretty cool, you know.
That
Me,
is cool.
I'll tell you about my trip story later on. But yeah, back to yours. Yeah, just you got to stay hydrated, bro. You need to
Stay
drink a
hydrated.
water.
Yeah. Okay. You want to talk? Oh, we could transition this shit into some Six Flags talk since we're already on the topic. Six
Okay.
Flags. So let me do the banner. You want to do a ranking of the rides?
Why not? Let's do a ranking of the rides.
So okay, let's do one. Start at one or go backwards.
Let's just talk about what we think is the best or most intense rides.
Okay, so at first, the first was X2 was one of my favorites, but then the last one we went, remember we almost died on that shit, or it was like malfunctioning. It was like, remember, it was like fucked up. It was like broom broom. It was like kind of a rough ride. I don't know if you remember that.
Was it Twisted Colossus?
No, it was X2.
X2? I don't remember it buffering
Yeah,
or.
yeah, it was. I think remember we went last year, like in August. I think not
Oh,
the
August. Oh, last year. I thought you were talking about the last trip
no, no, no. The one
from
we
last
went
year.
3 times. So the second
Okay.
time we went, uh, I had to buy my ticket again. Yeah, I had no money. I was like, and then Robert was like, "Let's go to Six Flags." I was like, "All right, fuck it," and then I spent all my last money on that. But yeah, it was like they were like, "Oh, it was shut down," but then they opened it, and then it was like,
So,
"Come at, beware." It was like,
from what I remember, Boo was high, and then I was like, "Am I high or these niggas are having a hard time getting this ride started?" And like they're trying to testing it out. Like I think it took them like 3 tries to test it out, and then they're like, "Okay, it's open." I'm like, thinking, "Are we gonna die?"
I honestly felt like I was gonna die. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh god!" I was, "Oh my god!" And then I don't
Final
remember
destination.
if we went on Tatsu that time. I think we did, but
I think we
then
did.
yeah, we did. And then that's when I was like, okay, now Tatsu is my favorite. Tatsu is my favorite one now. It's a little short, but I kind of still like it. I like
Tatsu's the shit. I love
it's
Tatsu.
fucking dope.
But
Like
okay, then what's your main favorite, or yeah, what is your favorite from Six Flags? You
mine
got
will
me.
be Tatsu.
Tatsu. Mine is X2. X2 is always nerve wracking for me every time.
Yeah, I think those are
Okay.
tied. Those go. It goes back and forth between those.
Oh yeah, Tatsu is my number 2 though for sure. Tatsu, like I didn't like the idea of looking straight into the ground the entire time, but I was thinking, fuck it, and I was like, whoa, and the flip. Oh man, what? And what would be your third favorite?
Um, a couple. I haven't gone on West Coast Racers. I want to try that one out,
I tried
but
it.
it
It's
was all
cool.
right. It was all right.
That's all I could say. It was cool, but not worth the wait. But there's a lot of people that be waiting there. I might think it's
Okay.
not too much.
I gotta
So
say, Twisted Colossus maybe the third. That one was fucking fun.
I love Twisted Colossus. Yeah,
Twisted, Riddler's Revenge is great. If Full Throttle was longer, I think Full Throttle would be good.
Full Throttle is always so fucking forgetful for me. I don't know why. I go there a lot, but I always forget it. So
Yeah,
it gets to me. It just gets lost in the shuffle.
it's a great first ride and last ride. Like if you either it's either your first ride or it's either the last ride at night when you see like everything. I think it's pretty cool.
That's how I see Batman. Batman is the good first and last ride.
Batman is fucking good too.
Batman.
I think Batman might be fourth. I put a fourth behind Twisted because it's a little short too. Kind of
Batman
short.
is short, but man, so fun.
Pretty fun. I would put. I don't know where the fuck I put Wonder Woman, but I don't really like Wonder Woman.
Well, I know you hate Goliath, and Goliath is my fucking shit.
Oh
Goliath is
man,
definitely my top 5.
Goliath is 10th. This last place for me. Goliath. All it is the drop, and then after that, it's whack. Like literally, that's my channel shit. It's fuck Goliath, bro. I'm gonna get some merch.
I still fucking like it. I don't know. Nothing else was underwhelming for me. It was just it stayed intense. But yeah, of course, the most intense part is the drop.
Yeah, but after that, and then it's like, okay, what else? And then in my video, I'm like, boo, boo, Goliath. Yeah. Oh, that's how my video got 1,000 views, bro. It's doing good. That one. Yes, bro. I was like, fuck yeah.
1,000
that one's pretty fucking good. And then I started my a Patreon. So because a bunch of my videos are age restricted, so meaning like you have to be signed in and then you don't get monetized on those videos. Okay. So it doesn't make sense for me to have it on there.
Whatever's in, okay. That's
so yeah, that's why on the Patreon, like if you want to see that, you have to pay for it for that. I can make money off of it and then still promote my channel and shit. But then my best videos, they're not age restricted, so anybody can watch it, and that's good for my channel. You need to be monetized eventually.
Yeah.
To make some money.
Works.
But yeah, I think the next video would be I want to go to Fright Fest or Horror Nights. Maybe take some shrooms. I don't know. Take some shrooms.
Shit. I mean, I suggest a low dose, but if you want to take a high dose, well, shit, tell me. Tell me. I don't suggest it, but tell me the story.
I'm saving for the podcast, dude. Bro, you know, I'm gonna try that ego death. But then my dream video, my video for Patreon or whatever, is gonna be trying DMT for the first time.
Okay, that for sure you will have an ego death, which is any dose of DMT. Yes, you will have. No, from what for mushrooms, psychedelic mushrooms, you need a high dose and a very strong strain to experience ego death. DMT is already strong on its own, but I know the trip is quicker. Mushrooms, the trip, it could be like 8 hours, 12 hours type of shit. DMT, motherfucking, from what I read in comments, be like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So a pretty short trip.
But you experience that shit, like you experience
everything. Yes, it's an experience. So now that I've experienced a high mushroom dose, I am a little more open to DMT now, just a little bit.
So so the thing behind it is, so when you die, your brain naturally releases DMT. So that's when you do the remember people say, "Oh, my life flashed before my eyes." That shit, that's the DMT releasing, and that's when you experience death. So that's what happens. So that's why when you smoke it, then you have that experience like, oh shit, like you experience death pretty much.
Well, shit. Remember my biggest fucking trip? Well, my mushroom trip that I had earlier this year, motherfucking, yeah. I was so paranoid. I thought I was gonna die. I really thought I was gonna fucking die. I was crying my eyes out. I was like, no, I'm too young for this shit. No. I was trying to fight it, but I was just making it worse trying to fight it. I was like, no, I'm too young. No. I don't want to die. And then I was telling my whole family I love them and everything. And Mom was like, mijo, you're just high. Calm down. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's psychedelics, bro. Psychedelics are different. That's just
It's different. So I was I was so fucking scared at the moment, but when everything started calming down, I was enjoying the patterns around me. I was enjoying my trip. I was starting to enjoy it. I was like looking at everything move around, all the fucking weird visuals that I had and shit. And then I was just calming down. I was like, "Ugh, life is crazy." And one of the things I kept on repeating to myself, and when I was overthinking a lot, is life is a cycle. And also, I figured out my own little spiritual meaning in life. My own little meaning in life that I figured out is we are here to create.
mm,
Create, we destroy, and we create again. Life is a cycle. Things are always going.
damn. That's fucking
So
evolution right there, bro.
yes. So I'm here like, well, shit. I mean, I'm not open to making babies, so I don't want to create no kids. But you never give me more influence to create music someday. And I
Create
guess it
music.
create anything else that I could whatever feel like creating. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like no wonder fucking hippies love this shit.
Yeah,
And then they
man.
go straight to making music or listening to music.
Yeah, dude. You have such a creative mind, bro. You should be creating shit. Like fucking WWE creative mode, bro. You literally create characters like that and so creative and shit. Like,
Oh damn, dude! You don't see the shit I create on my PS4. I'll eventually show you all my creations. Eventually, you'll fucking laugh, and then you'll be like, "Oh shit, that I
you
gotta show you
could
my tailors, I gotta show you my skinhead Nazis. I'd be creating all kinds of characters."
yeah, bro. You gotta get that your Food Zone Cry channel up, bro. Like you wanted to do like a gaming channel, right? Like gaming content,
Streaming, really.
streaming
Yeah, cause like I already know kids love that shit, and I hate kids, but at the same time, I was like, "Well, fuck, make me money, niggas." So
for the
yeah,
kids, like John Cena for the kids.
for the
Like
kids, fuck
yeah,
them kids. Oh,
so
kids.
kids. Yeah, you should look into Twitch. But I heard Twitch is kind of whack, or even on here, YouTube live stream. Could do
Yeah,
something
I
like
think that's
that.
YouTube. Yeah, I mean,
You could even not even show it on the screen, but you could have like record yourself playing it, some shit like that, and just commentate
well,
over it.
Foods Don't Cry is already my YouTube name and is already my PlayStation name too. So
That makes sense. And then Kick is the texting one, but the live streaming Kick,
you're talking about that one, yeah.
yeah, that one you'll probably fuck with it too. All you need is 30 hours of live streaming, and then you'll get paid for it. You can start getting paid.
Woo!
Doesn't matter how many viewers you got. Just put in the work, put in the hours, and then boom. So we'll keep in touch for that. I'll try to do that because then
Yeah,
I want to do it for like talking purpose, like just live talking about shit.
yeah.
Not even me smoking, but like I want to educate people about smoking and shit, like through my stories and still, like you remember the Dare program, the Don't Do Drugs Kids.
Mhm.
I want to be like kind of like my channel be like that. That's the brand, like don't do drugs. Like
You know, we should have a podcast too, eventually specifically talking about us regretting being addicted to weed.
I was. We could talk about the whole 2018 fucking experience.
Yeah, get the fair warnings, and for whoever is watching right now or in the future, whoever said marijuana is not addicting, it's a lie.
Yeah, I was just talking about this with I was doing I had to do a substance abuse thing, talk because for my food stamps and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's talk about a bunch of that shit. Like, do you think weed is a gateway drug? And I was like, yeah, trust me, I know it is a gateway drug. Like, it just opens the door to more shit that you could try, and then you're like, all right, I did this, so might as well do this, might as well do that.
Yeah. I mean, good thing I stopped with psychedelics. I'm gonna just keep it with just psychedelics. That's the strongest I'm gonna take. And the only other drugs I have taken is like Percocets and shit like that. But
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
I had a
Painkillers.
pill. I had a pill phase. I had
Yeah,
a
the
pill
pill.
phase.
Yeah, I never knew
Zan-
this.
Xannies, remember Xanny? The Xan?
Well, I mean, I thought that was just one time you did it.
Yeah, it was only like one, two, three times. But then my homie Charles, he got hooked on that shit too. So I was like, damn. But then for me, it was like most of the shit I just like to try it once. Like I'm
Mhm.
the experiment kind of guy. I'm the test pig, like guinea pig. But like I did try a lot of. There's so many pills, bro. Like so, I took Xannies. I took some fucking cholesterol pills or some shit on my in 2018 on my birthday. I took like they gave me some shit. I took it, and I think I was smoking too. And then I remember that same feeling on those rooms, like kind of like the TV static. It was like I remember feeling that, like, oh fuck, what the fuck.
So what's funny is that 2018, that was definitely my biggest drug year because when I was at your house, I was just smoking weed, smoking weed, smoking weed. When I was at my house, my cousin Anthony was living there. I was popping pills with him.
Oh my god, Anthony,
Yes,
Funny Bunny,
funny bunny.
Funny Bunny.
Yeah,
He's
he,
cool too.
he's the one
Uh,
who got me hooked on Percocets.
oh my god, oh, he's telling me about shit. But he let me hit his weed pen, his Alien OG. I hit
Yeah,
that shit, and then he was like, I was. He didn't tell me that it didn't blink. You know how 10 seconds it blinks.
yeah.
This battery didn't, so I was fucking hitting that shit for like 15, 20 seconds, and then I was like, and I was like, you gotta tell a nigga when it doesn't blink, bro. Like that's the rules, bro. You gotta tell it. You gotta
You gotta
tell me.
tell
He was like, oh shit, and then that shit fucked me up. Then that's when I got my fucking subconscious and shit. Then I was able, you know how you talk in your head, kind of like a little voice in your head, not schizophrenia, but
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
before that, I didn't really have that. Like I was saying, I was kind of autistic. I had I had no filter. Like I would just fucking say the first thing that came to my head, like
Okay.
even in school and shit. But then after that, then I was like, oh shit, like I have a subconscious now. Like, oh, what the fuck? That unlocked that shit. I was like, oh my god, like I was like, oh shit, and I was able to talk now subconsciously and shit. Oh.
What? Well, yeah, though. I get back to psychedelics. So whenever you're ready to experience a true psychedelic experience, let me know when you do it. And of course, I got advice, but it's up to you. You want to follow it?
Yeah, well, I did. I done acid already twice. I done shrooms once. That's pretty much it on the psychedelics. I think I would have liked to try DMT, shrooms again, and you froze. God damn it! I don't want to refresh. Let's go solo low. So yeah, I do want to try some stuff, but responsibly. Nope, he's frozen. Kicked his ass out. So, oh yeah, I think we're going out for like an hour and 22 minutes. We're probably gonna start wrapping this up. We're probably gonna get another one in later today. Try to pre-record that, see how that goes, and then we'll get one next week. And then we're gonna do another live one the other next week, and then
Right now, I cannot hear you. No.
hear me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the fuck is happening, but that shit's annoying.
The thing is, next time I think I do want to go to like a fucking McDonald's or some shit. I'll probably go.
All right.
But yeah, like I was saying, solo. We're already going an hour and 23 minutes, so we'll probably start wrapping this shit up. You got shit to do. We talked about a lot of shit, bro.
Oh yeah, we talked about a lot of shit, and yeah, well later on we get to talk about political shit for the Patreon episode, and yeah.
Types, and then even like next week I could probably like tease it. I'll work on the channel, the YouTube channel, try to set that up, and eventually if this shit gets big enough, we'll do his own thing. But for right now, I like how it's going. Just put it on my channel for now, and then try to do that. And then yeah, bro. So any plans for Fools Don't Cry. We talked about a little bit about that.
Still no plans as of yet. All I could say is that yes, I am interested in making it to a streaming channel. I just haven't put much work or effort into it because work. You know, my job and shit like that. It makes me forget everything else that I'm doing because I'm just here trying to get this money, trying to get this bag, all this other shit.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, like streaming, it still could be a very good side hustle if I make it big someday and shit. So yeah,
Even
yeah,
even if you treat your job, bro, you treat your job like a side hustle. I think like yes, when you're working, like just focus on work and shit. Focus, but on your free time, you should be focused on your main shit, like YouTube, like your streaming and shit. Like focus on. That's what I'm trying to do. Like right now, Yoshiona is my kind of my side hustle. So when I'm working there, it's all
yeah,
about that. I'm like getting the experience, boom, 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 learning that shit, hustling my ass. So you know our work ethic. We're Mexicans, but we know how to work. We
yeah.
work. But then when I'm off, then I'm thinking about the podcast. I'm thinking about my channel. I'm thinking about bartending and shit, future jobs and traveling. Like I want to go to Bakersfield, go to Las Vegas, go to fucking visit my go, and then all that shit. So that's what I'm This is like just a side hustle because you do need a job. You need a part time job at least. You need some money. But eventually, if your YouTube could be your part time job, I think that'll be fucking cool. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool because these fools they be making so much money. They be looking like they actually earn financial freedom.
Yeah, but fucking Logan Paul and shit. Fuck Logan Paul and Jake Paul. They're not YouTubers. They're Viners that after Vine died, then they're like, oh, we need to go somewhere. So they went to YouTube, fucking assholes. They're not OGs. And we're too old. Like our generation, Gen Z, we're early 2000s, late 90s kids. We're too old for the Jake Pauls and the Logan Pauls, but then we're too young to relate to the
I
to the
mean,
90 to the night. We're not considered 90s kids because we're too young, but we're too old to be considered Logan Paul fucking guys and shit.
yeah, I mean, I remember when he was being recommended me on YouTube when I was like 15, but I was like, who's this guy? I didn't.
I never watched that. Like I was watching when I was watching the documentary. They were showing like his channel clips. I was like, I never seen this shit. Like it's fucking cringe. That shit is true cringe. Like it's fucking weird.
I don't know. I just never wanted to get into it, and I'm glad I never got into it.
Let's
But
talk
yeah,
about this real quick. Then have you seen the Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis?
nope.
No. Oh, okay, so we probably shouldn't get into. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't.
that shit was just cringe, bro. Fucking Logan Paul treating that shit like he's a pro wrestling promo and shit. He was just like, oh, do like that fucking cringe tough, that fake tough guy shit. You know, like
So they're trying to fight, or what they're trying to
box
do? Box.
boxing.
Then Dennis really okay, whatever.
I mean, it makes more sense for an MMA fight. No, I'd see that. Logan
MMA
Paul
fight.
has wrestling. Dylan Dennis is grappling. They're both idiots. Fuck it.
And then Dennis, all I know him for is being Connor's jiu-jitsu coach, and he thinks he's an A-list celebrity.
And he got fucking hot. He got fucking judo kicked by fucking Khabib, flying kick. He was like, "Come on, fucking blah!" I was like, "Oh my god, it's the eagle,
The
flying
ego.
eagle, the eagle kick."
That guy Dylan Dennis, I don't know, he's delusional, but oh
He's
well.
fucking idiot. He got choked out by fucking the bounce. Al like Quinta had him on his podcast, and he was like, "Do you have any grappling experience?" He's like, "No, bro, I'm a chocolatier. I'm a part-time bouncer, and I make chocolate as a full-time career." It was like, "Holy shit!" Dylan
Damn,
Dennis gets choked out by a chocolatier.
damn.
Okay,
Who gave him his black belt?
give him his black belt. I think Connor got a black belt.
No, I asked who the hell gave him his black belt.
Oh, who gave Dylan his black? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, who gave him his black belt?
Fucking Dojo, the guy from fucking Napoleon Dynamite. The that fucking guy. All right, so we'll probably wrap this shit up. So then we talked about a lot. The ones we didn't get to, the political shit, we talked about the bonus one, and then the
Yep.
Jake the Snake Roberts one, the Jake the Snake doc.
I said I haven't seen the fucking doc.
So if you try to, or at least look up the Joe Rogan, the podcast clips. I was talking like him on Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Look up that because he talks about that shit too. It's pretty good. and then we
Okay.
could and the dark side of the ring type shit. We could probably talk about that. Chris
Yeah.
Benoit.
Have you seen the Benoit episode yet?
I have. I have. The Eddie Guerrero shit is very, very interesting. And then have you seen the plane ride one? The plane ride from hell?
I haven't seen.
Oh fuck. That's it. Well, that's all, folks. All right, I'm gonna probably wrap this shit up. Try to get them back before we could end it. But so yeah, the next one we're gonna talk about some more stuff. Talk about some other stuff. Probably some stories that I got, and then we could go from there. So, we could talk about some horror talk too. We've been going for about an hour and 30. Thank everybody for watching. Thank for the 2 fucking people that showed up. Shout out to you guys, and then we'll catch you on the next one. So hey, you're back.
Yeah, this shit keeps crashing.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
so we're gonna log off right now.
Okay.
So any ending thoughts, any closure, anything you want to say?
Uh, don't be a bitch. Don't waste your time on cancel culture. Don't be whining too much on the internet. Just have fun with it, and yeah, don't be a bitch.
Okay, yeah, we could talk about this more on the other episode. The left versus the right side. I'll represent the left side. You represent the right side. Even though we're both like in the middle, kind of, but
Yeah, we're both in the middle, but you're clearly more left leaning. I'm clearly more right leaning.
yes. So, all right, everybody, thank you guys for watching, and then we'll see you at the next episode. This was Cocaine Turtles, episode motherfucking 3. All right, I'm gonna end it. End the